Well, 2024 edition. Well, the beginning of 2024. Did a cleanup this weekend of the living room. You can see the floor, which is fantastic. And it's pretty clear all the way through. There's some stuff still on the floor that I have to do stuff with. And while it's cleaning up, I just kind of throw miscellaneous stuff over here that I clean up still. That is what it is. Yeah, so stuff to clean up. The shelving is just a disaster area of stuff that should be put in. I mean, I love having this stuff out, but it just, looks messy. But there you go. So all the way through, nice clean floor. Over there is all my empty storage bins that I cleaned up. And that one bin of, I think, sand green that I have no place to put on the shelf somewhere, which is again why I'm downsizing. My little Lego dude. I want to do something with these face plates. I got 16 by 16, 8 by 32s, just a whole bunch of 16 by 32s, just a gabillion of those things that I need to do something with. And then the burps down there, I got to do something with. And more burps there, I got to do something with. And then those are the miscellaneous colors that I don't play with. All this stuff that's tucked in the corners here, it's stuff that I should do something with. Those are my 3 RC cars right there. I got a few more. I got the dirt crusher right there. And I got a few more in storage. Back in there are my 24 by 32 base plates from the 70s sets and the 24 by 40s. And then all this tires I got to do stuff with. Just too many tires. Electronic parts. Should start thinking about downsizing all that stuff on my boat hulls. I actually did downsize a whole bunch of those, by the way. Oh, look, there's monorail track there. But, and train stuff that I won't touch. Some of those bins down there, those 2 bottom ones, I really should get rid of. And some of these down here are actual sets that I should either roll into the collection or get rid of. Yeah, white is white. White. Red I just expanded, by the way. So I made a 2x10 brick bin because the 2x6, 8, and 10 was getting full. So I split that up. I think maybe that's it. That's where I had to get the sand green out of there because it was like right there. So yellow, I have to do something with my modified plates. It's well overflowing. But I don't have space enough to make another bin for that. The tan I just kind of given up on. It's not sorted at all anymore. The black is completely sorted still, which is still nice because it seems to be, what we use in the basic for all this stuff. By the way, that last lot that I got that had the 70s pieces that were pretty much mint, I put in here. So that's why the lids aren't closing on some of these things. I stuffed them in because they were so good I didn't want to get rid of them. So the 2x4 yellow bin is overflowing. The 2x3 is almost overflowing. 2x2, same over here. The 2x4 red bricks that I got from that used lot. I mean, just look at that. I can't let that go. Even though the injection molding's on the side. I can't let that go. So I kept them. And since I got rid of my other bin a couple weeks ago, my big bin that was storing the stuff in, went out of the house for a good price. And the other bin that I have in the garage right now for my friend Jeffy is sitting in the garage for my friend Jeffy, and it's full, so I can't add stuff to that. So I didn't want to start a new bin just yet. My gray is looking pretty good. I took apart that big ship, so I got a whole bunch of 4x8 and 4x4 wing plates back. That now I can reconstitute more classic space sets. Good times. My DWFS is getting a little full. I have to fix that up. This organization that Jeff does is fantastic for me for the 1x plates or just the modified plates. There was one mishap. This was on my desk, and I actually knocked on the floor when it was open, so I have to resort all that at some point. That's what happens. All this has to be completely cleaned up and sorted and downsized. As I said, the shelving has to be cleaned up. Underneath, we have more room, which is nice. I got cleaned it all up. So those are my boxed sets that haven't opened yet, and the Yellow Castle. But that tote and that tote and that tote are all stuff that I have to sort into the collection, which is fantastic because that's all there is to sort into the collection. And I got space, and over there I have Zednap at the bottom, and I have my castle walls, and then some Bionicle stuff that Josh plays with, and then the speed racers, and then the stuff I have to go through, and then bagged sets, some classic space, and then a whole bin of instructions for various people because they're asking. And so this is where I am. I'm reasonably happy. I'm still downsizing because, again, you can see how stuffed this room is. I gotta do something with this corner. Gotta do something with that stuff there. Oh, more instructions that somebody else wanted. This is a bit of a mess. My trans bins are moderately okay, except orange doesn't fit in there because it's overflowing. Trans neon orange. Yeah, so, and I always pull that out to get controllers out of it, and I don't put it back in properly. So it is a bit of a hodgepodge there. Because again, I went from 4 train controllers controlling the layout to 2 RCXs and a spare train controller when I don't have any RCXs working. So that's fine. Yeah, it's just, it is what it is. And it is the, I think it's the detriment, if we can call it that, of this specific hobby. I'm a woodworker, and that can get out of sorts really, really quickly because you can just get a whole bunch of tools and a whole bunch of wood and blah, blah, blah. And I have some friends that are into quilting, and they have basements full of totes of cloth, like just totes of, and that they can't get access to it all because it's all in totes on the shelves and stuff like that. But overall, this is one hobby, and you can see this room, right? It is pretty packed. Like, again, my sorting technique, my storing and sorting technique makes maximum use of the bins. Maximum use, as much as possible, while still maintaining some sort of sorting. A bin does not get subsorted until it gets full. Like this lid was not closing at all, and so I went to 2x10s, right? So now it's got some air volume left in it, but this one's still packed. So when the bin gets full, it gets subsorted. And when you get down to the subsort where there's nothing else to subsort, like the 1x4 bricks, then this goes to overflow. When I get more 1x4X bricks, they go to 1x4 red bricks. They go to overflow, which then goes to my friend Jeff. so, and basically all the basic bricks are now, every time I get basic bricks, they just go straight into the bin. But of course I got rid of the bin, and I have one for Jeff, so I'm not starting a new one just yet. But as you can see, I'm going to be scaling back some stuff in here. When I do get that, even the white is a little full here, a little full there, right? 2x6 bricks is not full, and the 2x8 and 10 bricks is pretty full, so I might have to subsort that at some point. So it makes but this has to be subsorted, as we can tell, because the lid's not closing at all. But this allows as many bricks as possible into one bin, instead of, again, the idea of these things, absolutely fantastic. Like every single piece has its own little container. I love that idea, and I love that Jeff has the room to be able to do that for everything. I don't have the room. And if I did all of this with everything here, half of this stuff would end up in Jeff's bin. I think that's what he wants me to do, by the way. I think there's an ulterior motive here from my friend Jeff. He wants me to do this kind of sorting. Because again, when I did this, I actually had leftovers because I tried to keep everything, if it was more than, this is the example, I'll bring it over to my desk. I'll actually show you. If it was more than one of these long, then the pieces didn't get rolled into there. They get thrown into a bin that I took to, I think, Brickomania. I sold some. And the exception for me was these L brackets. So these L brackets take up 2 rows. Now, every other one only takes up 1 or partially 1. I should have put these into a bag and sold them at some sort of brick fest. What I did do is I did have the guns, the 1x2 with handles. Come on, I hate these ones. I should invest in what Jeff has. 1x2 with handles. This is full, and I had a whole bunch left over. like seriously, a whole bunch, which I took to Brickomania and other places for people to buy. And so that was my plan, and I've so far adhered to it, except for these L brackets, because you never know I'm going to need L brackets. And this, so if I do all this, there's even going to be more parts that I can't fit on shelves. so it is a fine line of which I walk. Depends on what I want to keep in here and what's going to go into the overflow and get rid of. I don't mind the modified plates being sort of like that. I did that for blue. I did that for light gray. And yes, I did it for blue so far. I haven't done it for any other color yet. Not even black. All my modified plates are all those bins down there. There's so many black modified plates that I just wouldn't even know what to do with them all. I might try doing yellow just to get rid of that. And red, I don't use too much red at all, but I got 2 bins of modified plates. 1.5 bins. What is this on top? Parts that fall in there. Things that looks like I had some Mario set in there or something. So the blue and yeah, so I might do yellow next because I got that, and the red modified plates, and there should be another modified plates there, modified plates. With the white, what I did is I put the modified plates. Sorry, I'm looking. I don't use white a lot. There's where am I? I'm a little bit lost. I'm tired. I was up all last night. There we go. Modified plates. I put them into the sorting hat, the yellow sorting over there, and I separated the small ones from the big ones, which are somewhere else here. Oh, they're way below. So I can find small ones easier now. So that's what I did for white. I may do that for yellow, but again, I rarely find I need a modified yellow plate. So, anywho, the light blay is light blay. I rarely touch light blay except to sort stuff into them, but I do have that much light blay here. I do know that my light blay collection is smaller. Well, actually about the same size as my light gray collection. Of course, my light gray collection here does not include burps and or base plates, which are all at the bottom there, which again, I'm also talking about downsizing. Because we get down here and we have the landing pads for the airport, which I keep on meaning to reconstitute at some point. And then we have some of these island things for the pirates, and then the original road base plates, the 9 wide or the 11 wide or whatever you want to talk about, and then the driveways and all that stuff. And over here, this is all space landing pads and space tees, and these are all crater plates. And then at the end here, we have the raised plates, the Ice Planet and the Spirius and Unitron and whatever else is, and then the couple castles over here and pirates. And then I think Belleville, Fabulous, I don't know, couldn't care. And then Aquazone and Adventures, whatever, those guys there. So that whole half, I want to get rid of a lot of it. Like I don't think I'll ever use those road base plates, but again, nobody else is either because everybody's going with mills. So putting road base plates online for selling, I don't know, I have to see. The airport road base plates, I want to reconstitute the airports and have fun with that. The tan base plates, I got a couple road plates in there, the Wild West road plates. The river here, another river, there's a road, and then the rest are just full base plates. And then one of those driveways, and another one of those driveways. And then I think I got these in that, which cannot be mentioned. Black, of course, I'm going to keep because that's all Blacktron, which is fantastic. I really did like getting those in used lots. I never bought any of those new. They all came in used lots. The green we already saw. waterway, just road base plates, curves, and then T's, and then straights, and then the racetracks or the gas stations, whatever, and then the little driveways down here, and then like the hospitals in or whatever else is with the 3 driveways. It just goes on and on and on. That is right there. The ones that are the roads are just got and used lots. I never bought any of those sets new that came with those faceplates. Now, the crater plates and the landing pads I bought new off the shelf. That came with some of those. But all those road plates and all those driveways and all those... I didn't even buy the airport new, by the way. I never bought the airport new, but I think I got 3 or 4 copies of both airports. Just by buying used lots. And at one point, when I first moved into this place, when the basement was opened, I had a little town set up with a lot of train track, which again is right over there. Right there. 2 totes of train track. And it was fun, and I was building buildings and had cars and vehicles, and but I used these base plates for the base of that instead of mills. There was hardly any landscaping. So there's that, and now nobody's using them anymore. So you wait long enough, and nobody wants them. So I might bring some to one of our brick shows. If there's a garage sale, I will see if I feel like doing that. Because I don't need them anymore, and they're just taking up space that I could use for something else. This bin right there is all the make and takes that we've been to since Josh was born. Which is kind of funny when you think about it. It's absolutely full of make and takes. That one there is just all the stuff for dimensions. We had such fun with dimensions back in the day, and it's even got the playboard in there. I think I got 2 or 3 playboards from Value Village, but that's our original one. But they don't have a PS5, is what we have now. PS4, PS5. They don't have a PS5 version now that you can download. So we would have to set up our Xbox 360 that we used to play on, to play that with, play it on. So just a variety of stuff that, again, I was mentioning is the one hobby really where 99.9%, there's very few, I'll say it this way because I'm going off in too many tangents. It's very, very rare that I've met them, but there are Lego hobbyists who buy the parts they need for the mock they're building right now, and that's it. They don't have any overflow like this. They don't have it. It's incomprehensible to me. So, they just have the parts they need, and so for whatever they're building. I do like coming down here and just grabbing whatever part I want and building whatever I want, whenever I want. Like that's what makes this fun for me. But when I look at this, now in the past couple of years, when I look at this now, well, right now it's great because everything's off the floor. But when I look at this, I say there's going to be 90. I don't know how many parts this is. I really don't know. I figured out once that there is. If you stack them, this holds 330, was it 330? No, it's more than that. 250? Anyway, I can't remember. I'll figure it out and do the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times 30. So that's 300, 600, 900. That's right, 900. 900 2x4 bricks. That's what that holds. One of these bins holds 900. I think it's 30. Maybe it's more than 30. No, it's more than 30. Crap. I have to figure this all out again because I had all the math at one point. And then, of course, you double it when you go 2x4s and you times it by 8 for 1x1, whatever. So you can come up with an approximation, and then you have to deduce whether the 2x4 brick is the median of smaller bricks and bigger bricks. But then you times it by how many bins are here and blah, blah, blah. So you come up with a rough estimate of how many 750,000 bricks. I think was our number that we came up with. And so you say, especially with the tires, but as well as all the other pieces here, Like, I'm not going to build anything big in my life that I know of. I have no reason, no need to build a big something yet. That might change in the future, because when I retire. But right now, I love the layout, and people like seeing it, so I don't mind bringing it. And the other little things that I do, the little kitschy stuff that I do every so often. So I say, even that stuff up there. I mean, I do love my waffle plates. The waffle plates. But it comes down, I guess this is what I'm trying to say. It comes down to a balance between having the parts you need for when you need them versus how long it takes you to maintain this room. And this room is hard to maintain as it is. It took me and Sandy the entire weekend to just get the floor cleaned up. Get stuff off the floor. And I did some good sorting in the last couple of days into the bins and whatever, but I still have those 3 big totes to sort out of old builds and just messes that were around here. And then I still have to get into the Value Village lots that we've purchased over the past year that I haven't even tackled yet, although those aren't too many. But I'm putting more effort into maintaining this room than building in this room. And that's what's bothering me. I think that's where it all started, when it became that this room is more maintaining than building. That gets to me, because I'd rather build. Just butter. So this is why I'm in the downsizing move, because the smaller it gets, the easier it is to maintain, blah, blah, blah. Like, I got all these little micro scouts, right? I forget how many RCXs I have. I actually paid a good friend in Toro Lug with RCXs. I made sure they were working, but I paid. He was selling me something, and he goes, "Give me some RCXs." So I gave him RCXs. So we swapped. This is just the big 9-volt battery boxes and some small ones, but the whole bin is big 9-volt. How many of those do I need? There was one time when a friend back in the day and I talked about building a massively huge robot that ran on 18 volts. Because you can actually connect them in series. How many space shuttles do I need? Like, in all seriousness, it's fun that I have 3, but do I need 3? No. So it's like, what is this over there? Oh, it's the Mickey Mouse plane. I don't know why it's stuck in here. See, you find stuff. MICKYMOUC. And of course, I got my classic space stuff up here. One Galaxy Explorer tucked way back in there. 926 Benny spaceship. Another 10497, 10497 to 10912, 924, and a 10918. Which I'm going to be talking about in a second in the next video. Fantastic. I just love Joseph. You know, so all this stuff. And I've sold stuff in the past week, and I still have all this stuff, and I got that corner bin that I have to go through. And I did not find my string, which I was really hoping to find during this cleanup. And I got one. This is actually shocking. I got one of these guys. That's it, just one. But there he is. And then yes, the minifig mess of doom on the TARDIS right there. Minifig mess of doom that I have to clean up at some point, and all the other stuff that's in there. I really. Again, that just bothers me all the way down. But at least it's off the floor. So it's a good start. I'm still going to be selling. I'm going to be selling some other stuff. I got 8 or 9 lots online right now. Nothing classic space. So if you're expecting classic space, not going to happen yet. It will happen, but not yet. I did find 2 more totes of classic space when I was cleaning up this room, by the way. Totes. Maybe I'll show you that for a sec. Let's get out here, because these are going to go into the garage. But so that's stuff that I found, but none of it's classic space. So here we go, more classic space. My robot, Spyrus robot, is the actual real one here. You know, so this is a fun one. Oh look, another robot command center. And the space start. This guy, which again, I got one in the garage, and I think at least one. Oh look, Gamma 5. Oh no, FX surface roller, not Gamma 5. I'm trying to come across the Gamma 5. Oh look, more space starts. Oh, Peter Reed. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, Josh got at him. I didn't feel like rebuilding them. So they're in here. But I wanted to keep all the pieces together. One of my favorite ships of all time. And then we got all terrain vehicles. And underneath there we have one. We have another one. And how many of these things do I own? And a whole bunch of looks like M-Trons at the bottom here. So that's one. Let's move him out of the way. I go on to the next one. This one's going to be a little different. Yeah, I just started stuffing in here. Okay. We got an actual Galaxy Explorer. We got my white Galaxy Explorer using the old letter bricks, which I just store. And we got my Babylon 5 Shadow War Galaxy Explorer crossover. But then we get into the real stuff. Alpha 1 rocket base, Starfleet Voyager, rocket launcher, Benny spaceship, the second spaceship, which again I actually was looking for that, so I'm gonna put him over there. Another X1, another rocket launcher, older rocket launcher, and a whole bunch of Galaxy Commanders, and a whole Space Police, and Blacktron, and yet another. Like it's just. Oh look, right down there, message intercept base. Yes, I took it apart and stuffed it in there because I did. So this is what I'm talking about. So I think this is 8 bins of classic space sets. Again, classic space in this context is everything from 1978 to 1999. So not just classic space from 1978 to 1986. So I do want to do that big show. And I'm going to do that big show. And then I'm going to start selling that. But I don't know when that big show is going to happen. Because if I'm doing that at a show, I'm not bringing a layout because I can't do both. So we'll see what happens. But it is something I want to do in a quote-unquote context soon. Because I do want to start selling stuff from those 8 totes. So we will absolutely see what happens. I didn't mind, and I mentioned this a few times now, I did not mind selling the 2 Cosmic Fleet Voyagers to friends when they asked. I wasn't going to publish them on Marketplace. I wasn't going to do any of that. But because friends asked, and I have a few, I had no problem doing that. So again, before I put them on Marketplace, like today, I'm not going to put a Marketplace today, but if you were a friend of the channel and you say, oh, I want one of those sets, just let me know. We'll work out something, and it'll save some hassles going forward. Anyway, 28 minutes talking about my room. I got to clean that one up too. It's just a disaster waiting to happen. And stuff that was just tucked all the way in. You can't see them, but they're tucked in there. Storage. And look, there's an R2-D2 back up in there. There's an R2-D2 behind him. There's an NXT put together, the Walker, and then something from Galador that I got at Value Village for like $4.99. But I saw it, so I bought it. That's it. That's all. I hope you guys like this video. I'm not sure I do. Oh, there's more pieces on the floor over there. I have to go clean them up. And yeah, so that's it. I honestly had fun doing this. It was much needed. I'm going to try to maintain the integrity of this room, where nothing's on the floor. There's going to be something on the floor, but I'm actually going to put this one up on Marketplace, because again, I already owned one that I had bought originally, and I got this one fully complete from that Once Upon a Child a few years back, and it's just been sitting here, and it's been kind of in my way. I keep on having to move them, and now I have to go verify all the pieces are in it, because I can guarantee they're not. and put it back together, and then put it on Marketplace and see what's going to go. I put an 8. By the way, right now, for all of those of you who are interested, I have an 854 on the Marketplace right now. Because again, you saw that I got 2 or 3 in the past 6 months. So I put an 854, and I shipped one to a friend, by the way. That was fun. But I have a bunch more. Not my original, because that's in the box waiting for the next show. But I did I do have an 854 on Facebook Marketplace right now. And nobody's bid on it yet. Because nobody cares. Besides people like us. So that's it. That's all. I hope everybody out there is doing well. I'm doing pretty good. I feel a lot better now, but I will feel a lot more better, quote unquote, more better, when there's actually space on the shelves. Because then I would have place for all this stuff that's still on the floor. And to get space in the shelves, some of it's got to go. I don't think I'll ever get rid of my gutter track. Those 2 bins of gutter track. Yeah, that's enough about that. Everybody out there, I hope everybody's doing well on this weekend. Next weekend is a long weekend. I don't know how much time I'm going to have to make videos this coming week. We'll have to see, but we'll see. And if you know, as Gandalf says, expect to see me when you see me. And until then, I appreciate you. Know that you're appreciated. Know that there's people out there who care about you. And if you ever just want to talk about literally anything, and nothing has to be heavy, nothing has to be whatever, drop me a line. Some people have my email. You can contact me through Facebook. You can contact me through YouTube, which is where you're seeing this. And I'll text back and forth. I might not respond immediately, so I do apologize. There's like 5 or 6 pending comments. But I usually do it when I have my laptop open, because it's hard to respond to comments on my cell phone, because I like to look things up. So, but I do like to like every comment that comes by, and I do eventually get around to replying to every comment that people make in my videos. But there's been a few 5 or 6 comments recently that I have not replied to. You will get a response. And so I want you to take care. I want you to know that you're appreciated. And not just because you comment, because I keep on saying nobody has to comment for me to appreciate them. The fact that you guys are here watching this stuff when I just drone on about literally nothing, I appreciate you. So everybody out there, stay safe, take care, and I will talk to you soon. Wait, let me just end up there with pictures of Josh and Sandy. Talk to you soon.